And I remarked to Mr. Conrad this afternoon walking across campus, did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think anything like this? And we've just been through the tour with Mark Dean, and it's just very moving. It just absolutely blows you away, I guess is the expression. It's awesome. So I feel very humbled and very proud to have played a part in it.
We are back in the original part of the Fine Arts building that was built back in 1969 now.
There's a lot that's been added, an amazing amount that's been added in that short period of time, yes. Saw things that just staggered me, like some of the chase equipment in the farm area. Huge structures and vehicles, the kind that didn't even exist 6 years ago. So you're certainly keeping up with developments in a lot of areas, and it's obviously a time when it's not that easy to keep up with the new things that are being manufactured and offered.
I think also what was brought back very vividly earlier this afternoon was in a conversation with President Heilman when he was relating the economic impact of the community. That is way beyond whatever was anticipated or expected or dreamt or thought about or ever imagined when we were sitting around having those cups of coffee. But when one can have the economic return that is existing here as a result of this college, I hate to think what Barton County would be without this fine institution.
We're going to go to the physical education and Kirkman. Kirkman was added back in '95. And it is a practice facility and also has all the student services area in it. As you can see, we don't have carpet on the floor yet, and the entrances into the other half of the building are still blocked up because of all the work we're doing over there. We'll walk through here and come back out over there. This right here is our assessment center. Come on through here. This space here, all these computers were in the library before, and so this space has been added here for our assessment center.
Can you talk about what the Jaycees role was as this involved, say, starting in 1959 with that survey and how it progressed from there?
Sure. In 1959, the local Jaycee organization started a survey in Great Bend of what can we do to make Great Bend better. And one of the items that most of the people were interested in was a college. And our club met and decided that we would work on a survey and try to get a college started in Great Bend. We had a group that were actively interested in living in Great Bend, raising their families in Great Bend, and staying in Great Bend. And I think that was one of the emphasis. Plus the fact that we were selling the college on the basis that it was good for our area.
We are back in the original part of the Fine Arts building that was built back in 1969 now.
And you have an interesting story to tell, because I know you weren't really sold that this college would even be something that people would go for around here, and yet enrollments have been hit record highs there for the first 5 years and then some. And you predicted all that after you kind of begrudgingly got involved with this project, and Paul Conrad really pulled you in, and then you became really a proponent of this endeavor as well. Can you talk about that?
Well, that indeed did occur. I had graduated from Northwestern and then later from law school, and when I returned to Great Bend, I was right across the street from Paul and the Tribune, and he was a remarkable editor and had great insight into human behavior. And he got this idea of wanting a college for this area. I essentially said, Paul, I've lived here all my life. I know our people. They're great, but they're not going to buy this. The kids don't want to come to, they don't want to demean themselves by coming to what was then called a junior college. And the people were very tight with the tax dollar. And nevertheless, after I had this diatribe and saying the kids wouldn't have any interest in it, we couldn't get the enrollment, he said, well, would you consider serving as the chair of the Student Enrollment Potential Committee? And I thought, well, I have been to college and I therefore should know just about everything there was to know with a degree. So I agreed to look into, and really had some kind of a subliminal desire, gee, I hope this, I hope I don't find anything. So came back very promising. So I was forced to realize that I did not know everything, and I had to change my mind, and I did. and I was so glad. And so the first enrollment, I think, as I recall, I've looked at the charts, was over 500 that enrolled, and we predicted something like 400 if we were lucky. So I'm not shared this dark secret for years. I like every people, to know that I was smart enough to figure this out, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just lucky.
Well, I don't think any of us thought it would be this big, and it would grow this well and be this big an economic factor in our area. The college, I'm sure, with the number of employees it has, is one of the biggest employers in our county now. Plus the fact that we have a lot of people who are able to go to college who wouldn't have been able to go to if we didn't have the college here.
And what has today brought forward to you?
I think it's brought forward a better understanding of just how this college has grown, not only as far as the physical structure of the plant is concerned, but insofar as course offerings are concerned. I was just particularly blown away with some of the technical courses that are being done here, and the fact that our military, as they serve across in armed combat, can take a break from that and have actual online courses with Barton County. To me, that's amazing and a wonderful attribute to this community.
Go, 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 go!